Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Grand Mound Water System Plan and Water Use Efficiency Goal Setting meeting. Thank you for joining us today. Let's get started. First, some quick logistics. Your microphones and cameras are turned off by default. A recording of this presentation will be posted online along with questions and answers. For more information and online comments, please go to Thurston County's Public Works website and follow this link here regarding the water system plans. Some Zoom instructions. Use the Q&A feature to submit questions, comments, or requests for technical assistance. Question and answer periods will be provided during the presentation. So you can find your Q&A button down towards the bottom of your screen. And when you click on that button, it should look something like this. A box like this should pop up. Please raise your hand if you would like to ask a question through the microphone, and you will be called on. Otherwise, type your question directly into the Q&A to ask your question via text. Please do not use the chat function. Some introductions. We have Tim Wilson, the Water Resources Division Manager, with us today. Kevin Patching, the Utility Operations Supervisor, may be joining us at some point. And April Lee, the Outreach Supervisor, is with us as well. My name is Torrin Valdez. I am the Project Manager for the Water System Plan projects, and I fill the Water Resources Planner role at Thurston County Public Works. The agenda for today's meeting begins with a quick overview regarding today's topics. Then we will provide descriptions of the Part A Water System Plan and then the Grand Mound Part B Water System Plan. This will be followed by further details on the Water Use Efficiency Program before getting into the proposed water use efficiency goals for the Grand Mound water system, during which we will request your feedback. The informational descriptions of Part A and Part B water system plans will provide the context necessary for feedback regarding the proposed water use efficiency goals. For a quick overview, today we will be describing the water system plans that are currently in development, as well as the Water Use Efficiency Program, which is a part of these plans. At the end of this presentation, we will be requesting feedback regarding proposed water use efficiency goals. These water system plans, once approved, will put the utilities in compliance with state laws, including the municipal water law, as well as Department of Health requirements. The plans will also make us eligible for water utility grants and loans and will set the water utilities up for continued success. A customer informational meeting and a water use efficiency goal setting meeting are also required by the Department of Health as a part of the water system planning process. Today's meeting satisfies both of these requirements and gives us the opportunity to engage with our customers and members of the public. So what is a water system plan? Per the Department of Health, the primary goal of a water system plan is to identify current water demands and future water needs so that available resources can be applied efficiently in order to provide high quality service at the lowest possible cost while protecting community health. There are generally two parts to a water system plan. Part A, which discusses all water systems operated by Public Works, and Part B, which are system specific for systems that require additional planning. Water system plans cover management and operational practices, system planning, water system programs and policies, as well as water use efficiency. Water system plans are updated every 5 to 10 years, with Part A being updated roughly every 5 years. Getting into the Part A water system plan, it is important to note that Thurston County owns and operates 3 water systems. Those are Boston Harbor, Grand Mound, and Tam-O-Shan. Part A applies to all 3 of these systems, so does the general plan. So what is in the Part A water system plan? Part A includes general policies and standards used to manage and operate all water systems owned and operated by Thurston County. Service area policies describe the policies for providing water service to customers and for new connections to the water utilities. Performance and design criteria essentially describe the criteria for providing reliable and safe water service, including criteria for establishing system capacity standards, which consider water demand, pressure requirements, source reliability, and fire suppression and other water storage needs to meet customer demands and utility requirements. There's also an overview of the capital improvement program for all utilities. The water use efficiency program ensures that water is distributed efficiently and describes compliance with the water use efficiency rule, a part of the municipal water law, which requires that all sources and service connections be metered, which has already been implemented by Thurston County. The Part A water system plan also describes the county operation and maintenance program. This program ensures that the water utility is operated safely and efficiently. Qualified personnel, per Department of Health standards, operate and maintain the county's water utilities. Maintenance of all systems, controls, and components follow routine and periodic schedules, as is applicable to those systems and components. Water quality monitoring ensures that water is safe for customers to consume and that any water quality issues are identified and addressed ahead of distribution. The Emergency Response Program provides the protocols for many different emergency situations, such as fires, earthquakes, and other possible major emergencies, and includes a call-up list for notifying the appropriate parties and authorities. The Cross-Connection Control Program reduces the potential for waterline contamination through backflow into the distribution system. This ensures safe water supplies for our customers. A Part A water system plan that is adopted by the Board of County Commissioners and accepted by the Department of Health can also satisfy satellite management agency requirements, as well as municipal water law requirements. This is necessary to manage the county's water rights associated with these systems and for Thurston County to continue operating these water systems. As stated earlier, this also makes the county eligible for utility grants and loans. Now we will discuss Part B water system plans. These plans are system specific and are required for systems that meet certain criteria that require greater planning documentation. Part B water systems plans are required for expanding systems such as Grand Mound, systems serving outside of the approved service area, such as Boston Harbor, and for systems making additions, extensions, or changes to water source or system infrastructure. The Tam-O-Shan water system does not need a Part B water system plan at this time. Part B water system plans ensure that service is provided at the lowest cost while also providing high quality water and protecting community health. These plans identify current water demands for the water system, future water needs based on current water use trajectory, and that the available resources for the water system are applied efficiently. To ensure that water demands are being met and that water supplies and service are sustainable and of high quality, Part B water system plans also provide and discuss the technical, managerial, and financial plans for the specific system. This includes the plans and other managerial documents that were discussed in Part A, but with the details regarding how they are specifically applied to the subject water system, so Grand Mound in this case. The Source Protection Program describes the efforts to protect water sources, groundwater for all Thurston County systems, and describes the Wellhead Protection Program for the specific system. The Source Protection Program also includes a list of potential polluters and the process for notifying those within the protection area that pollution would result in impacts to drinking water supply. This helps to reduce impacts to groundwater, the utility, and to the customers. The capital improvement plan for the specific water system is also in the Part B water system plan and includes the costs and timelines for future projects, programs, and maintenance activities. Here's a draft of the 2021 through 2026 portion of the Grand Mound Capital Improvement Plan. It includes improvement and maintenance program costs for this water system over the next 6 years. We will likely need to update the Part A water system plan and the Part B water system plan around 2026, but this timeline depends on the Department of Health approval period. There may be updates to these projected costs, timelines, and projects between now and adoption and beyond because these are estimated timelines and costs for completing these projects and programs. The capital improvement plan is important because it shows that we are actively planning and preparing for maintaining and improving our water utilities over time to tackle any issues that may arise. As you can see in this table, the capital improvement plan allows for the exploration of a third well for this utility, as Grand Mound is a growing system. Now we will go over water use for the Grand Mound water system. This graph illustrates water use in Grand Mound from 2012 to 2019. The vertical axis, known as the y-axis of the graph, represents million gallons per year and is in increments of 10 million gallons. Time, in years, is along the horizontal axis, known as the x-axis, and goes from 2012 to 2019. The blue columns represent the amount of water produced and pumped into the reservoir each year. The orange columns are the amount of water consumed each year. As can be seen in the graph, water production and consumption steadily increased from 2013 to 2018 and then decreased in 2019. Water use data from the year 2020, which is not included in this data set, also shows further decrease, suggesting that production and consumption have begun to settle. Some years experience higher leakage, which is indicated by larger differences between production and consumption, such as 2012 and 2018. That said, leakage has been low through most of the years within this dataset and within the Grand Mound system. This table communicates much of the same information as the previous graph. However, this table has more details on leakage, the number of connections, and gallons per day per connection. Gallons per day per connection is higher in Grand Mound than in Boston Harbor and Tamishan due to the number of commercial connections, which the other two systems do not really have. We estimate the residential daily water use per connection as around 200 gallons per day. Distribution system leakage, which we will refer to as leakage for simplicity, represents the amount of water that entered the distribution system but was lost. It can include documented leaks or overflows, as well as apparent leaks. Leakage has been below 10% since 2013, though there was a spike greater than 10% in 2018. The 3-year leakage average greater than 10% of production requires implementation of a water loss control action plan. So, one has not been necessary for Grand Mound. Water production and consumption has steadily increased since 2012, and leakage has increased since 2016, but is still manageable for this system. Though water production and consumption has increased in Grand Mound over time, recently production and consumption have decreased from their highest levels in 2018, as could be seen in the water use table and graph. Overall, we are hoping that production, consumption, and leakage levels continue to decrease over time as water is used more efficiently. To summarize water use in the Grand Mound water system, total annual water production and consumption steadily increased to their highest levels in 2018, but have since declined. Water leakage followed a similar pattern, reaching their highest levels in 2018 along with water production and consumption. Since 2018, leakage has decreased below 10% of water production, which has prevented the need for the implementation of a water loss control action plan for the Grand Mound system. Estimated daily use per connection steadily increased to more than 500 gallons per day per connection, reaching their highest levels in 2018 at 566 gallons per day per connection, but decreased below the 500 gallons per day per connection mark in 2019. We are hoping that the daily water use per connection continues to decrease over time. Finally, a Grand Mound Part B water system plan is currently in development and should be adopted in the spring of 2022. Before we get into water use efficiency, let's take some time to go over any questions regarding the water system plans. Seeing no questions, we will move on to water use efficiency goal setting. So let's discuss water use efficiency goal setting for the Grand Mound water system. So what is a water use efficiency program? It is a plan that is intended to increase water demand efficiency while also providing a safe and reliable water supply. The goals of this program are to improve water production and distribution efficiency and to enhance efficient use by customers. These goals are achieved through water saving activities and by adopting policies, ordinances, bylaws, and resolutions when necessary. A water use efficiency program is required in the Part A water system plan and should include each water system owned by the county. The water use efficiency program must include goals for each water system. This is where we are requesting your feedback. Please use the Q&A feature to provide us with your feedback. For the Grand Mound water system, we are proposing that over the 10-year planning period, water usage at each metered connection is reduced by 3% by 2030. That average day water usage is maintained at or below 200 gallons per day per residential connection. That average day water usage at Great Wolf Lodge is maintained at or below 120,000 gallons per day, and that water leakage is maintained below 10% of water protection. Boston Harbor and Tamishan have the same goals, except they do not have the additional goal pertaining to the Great Wolf Lodge. Please keep in mind that these are goals. While failure to meet the leakage goal will require the water loss action plan, failure to meet the others do not necessarily result in consequences. That said, we want to be as efficient as possible in production and distribution of water and highly encourage our customers to use water efficiently. Please continue to look for water use efficiency best practices within Thurston County's consumer confidence reports, which are distributed annually to reduce water consumption or to maintain low water consumption. As homes and businesses continue to update their fixtures, water production and consumption should improve over time. With regard to leakage, the Department of Health recognizes that leakage at or below 10% of water production is a realistic marker for efficient system management that allows utilities some flexibility to address leakage without burdening the utility. I'll pause here for a second so that you can review the proposed goals once more and provide your feedback. Now we will move on to the next steps. Next steps for the water system plans are to complete updates to the Part A and Part B water system plans in September and October of this year, during which they will also go through the State Environmental Policy Act comment processes. Then, once any necessary adjustments or updates have been made following the SEPR process and following your feedback, the plans will be submitted to the Department of Health for review. This may require additional edits, but once made, the Board of County Commissioners will be briefed on their status, and then a public hearing will be set in January of 2022. Finally, we are planning for the water system plans to be adopted and for the Department of Health to accept the plans sometime in February of 2022. This is an estimated timeline, however, so it could change as we proceed. In the meantime, you can contribute by learning more about water conservation practices by reading the Grand Mound Consumer Confidence Report, a link to which is provided here and can be found on the Thurston County Public Works website. We'd also love to receive your feedback regarding the water system plans and regarding the proposed water use efficiency goals. You can reach that comment form using this link, and you can also find that on Thurston County Public Works website. Before closing, let's go over any remaining questions regarding the water use efficiency, goal setting, and regarding the water system plans. Not seeing any questions or comments, let's close. Thank you again for attending the water system plan and water use efficiency goal setting meeting today. We greatly appreciate your participation. Here are some general Public Works contact information, as well as my direct email address and phone number. Please reach out if you have any questions or concerns or would like to submit any comments. However, we suggest you use the comment form on our Public Works website. I hope you learned a lot, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you.